Want to speak real Thai from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at thaipod101.com.
Hello, welcome back to Top Words with me, Jay. Today we are learning 10 ways to remember words. Okay, let's begin. การอ่านหนังสือเยอะๆ โดยการอ่านหนังสือพิมพ์ช่วยให้ฉันจำคำศัพท์ได้ Reading as much as possible, especially the newspaper, helps me to remember words. True. But it doesn't have to be newspapers.For me, I love reading novels, so by starting from reading something that you like, it's a good way to learn the language and improve your reading skill. ฉันจำคำศัพท์ใหม่ๆ โดยโยงกับเรื่องราว เกม หรือภาพยนตร์ I associate new words with stories, games, or movies. For example, the word ไกล or ใกล้ the pronunciation is the same, but the intonation are different. So if you just read, you might not be able to remember how it will be used. But if you watch a movie and you see the real situation of how these words are used, then it will be easier for you to remember. ฉันพยายามคิดเป็นภาษาไทยเพื่อที่จะได้มีกระบวนการคิดเป็นภาษาไทยโดยธรรมชาติI try to think in Thai so it becomes natural to my thought process. I found out that by thinking in English is faster when I want to speak or communicate with people. And it's more natural, like you don't have to translate back and forth. Don't translate inside here, it won't work. ฉันพยายามพูดกับเจ้าของภาษาให้บ่อยที่สุดเท่าที่ทำได้I speak as often as possible with native speakers. Not many people learn Thai. So if you try to speak Thai to Thai people, I think they are more willing to talk in Thai back to you because we just love people who want to learn our language. ฉันพยายามใช้คำใหม่ๆในประโยคง่ายๆเพื่อจะได้เรียนรู้ทั้งประโยคไม่ใช่แค่คำใดคำหนึ่ง I try to use the new word in a simple sentence so I learn whole phrases not just individual words For example what should I give an example on ฉันรักสุนัขของฉัน I love my dog Yeah so love is not visual and you might not be able to Remember that love in Thai is รัก By forming a sentence, now you understand everything as a whole. ฉันพยายามใช้ภาษาที่เรียนอยู่เป็นประจำในชีวิตประจำวัน I try to use the language I'm learning routinely in the context of daily life. One way to help you use it regularly in a daily basis is having a boyfriend or girlfriend using that language. For example, if you're learning Thai, try to find Thai girlfriend, Thai boyfriend, then yeah, it helps. ฉันพูดคำศัพท์ออกมาดังๆเพื่อให้ตัวเองได้ยิน I say words out loud so that I can actually hear them. It helps with your pronunciation, intonation,speaking skill in general so that when you read or say words or sentences out loud you hear what has gone wrong with your speaking so it's a good way to improve your speaking skill ฉันฟังเพลงและจำเนื้อเพลง I listen to songs and memorize the lyrics.There are a lot of good Thai songs for you to listen. My recommendation would be from this singer called Stamp. I don't know if you have heard. You might try to search on YouTube at Stamp in English, like stamp on a letter. Yeah, Stamp and Thai singer. And I think his song is pretty cool. ฉันหมั่นฝึกฝนทุกวันโดยพูดกับคนในครอบครัวหรือสุนัขที่บ้านถึงแม้ทุกคนจะฟังไม่รู้เรื่องก็ตาม I am persistent in practicing every day by talking to my family or my dogs even though they don't understand me. Desperate to have to talk to a dog. But yeah, sometimes I talk to my dog as well. I guess it's normal. จำคำศัพท์โดยใช้ flashcard. Remembering words by using flashcards. I think it's pretty convenient because it's small and on train or on a bus you can just flip them over and remember words while you're traveling. 15 happy words. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. มีความสุข happy. Happy words, of course, have to begin with happy. มีความสุข So, are you happy? คุณมีความสุขไหม กระปรี้กระเปร่า energetic กระปรี้กระเปร่า energetic. I know that it's difficult because you have รอเรือ which force you to click your tongue while you are speaking. Like that. If you can't, just say กระปี้กระเป๋า It's not 100% grammatically correct, but people still can be able to understand what you're saying. กระปรี้กระเป๋า Even I can see that I have some difficulty pronouncing this word. ชอบ like ชอบ like ฉันชอบเรียนหนังสือ I like studying ตลก funny ตลก funny you're funny คุณเป็นคนตลก ตื่นเต้น excited ตื่นเต้น excited I am excited ฉันตื่นเต้น พอใจ satisfied พอใจ satisfied I'm satisfied with the result ฉันพอใจกับผลงานนี้ ภูมิใจ proud ภูมิใจ proud I'm proud of you ฉันภูมิใจในตัวคุณ ยอดเยี่ยม great ยอดเยี่ยม great you can say just เยี่ยม รัก love รัก love The most popular sentence is, of course, I love you. ฉันรักคุณ I love you guys. สวย beautiful. สวย beautiful. It's a good way to compliment anyone. However, the tone is very important because if the tone is off, it means different thing. สวย is beautiful or pretty. สวย means unfortunate. So be careful of the tonation that you use. อบอุ่น warm อบอุ่น warm You are a warm person คุณเป็นคนที่อบอุ่น However, if you want to say that this place is warm in terms of temperature wise, you don't say อบอุ่น you say อุ่น just the last word ที่ตรงนี้อุ่น This spot, this place is warm มีความหวัง hopeful I'm hopeful that I'm going to pass tomorrow exam ฉันมีความหวังว่าพรุ่งนี้ฉันจะสอบผ่าน ใจดี kind ใจดี kind You are a kind person คุณเป็นคนใจดี มองโลกในแง่ดี optimistic มองโลกในแง่ดี optimistic I'm an optimistic person ฉันเป็นคนมองโลกในแง่ดี เป็นคนยิ้มง่าย easily to smile เป็นคนยิ้มง่าย easily to smile I don't think that you have an exact word in English. If you smile often with anything, this is a word that people will say it to you. เธอเป็นคนยิ้มง่าย The 10 foods that will kill you faster. I think this lesson is very fun. So if you're ready, let's begin. ข้าวโพดคั่ว microwave popcorn. It won't kill you, but if you eat a lot, then you will get fat, right? I mean, this food. I love that, Popcorn. น้ำอัดลม soda. Who doesn't like soda? Come on. But I understand it's not good for your health. It's very unhealthful. So I love soda. ฉันชอบน้ำอัดลม soda. บะหมี่กึ่งสำเร็จรูป instant noodle. This is a formal word for instant noodle, but in Thai, บะหมี่กึ่งสำเร็จรูป is quite long. We shorten it to mama. Actually, the word mama is a brand, one of the most famous instant noodle name in Thailand. That's why we use it to refer to instant noodle. I eat instant noodles every day. ฉันกินมาม่าทุกวัน or formally ฉันกินบะหมี่กึ่งสำเร็จรูปทุกวัน มันฝรั่งทอดกรอบ potato chips. We have ต้มยำกุ้ง flavor. I love this flavor a lot, it's spicy and sour and salty and a bit of sweet. I want to buy potato chips. ฉันอยากซื้อมันฝรั่งทอดกรอบ อาหารแช่แข็ง frozen food. In Thailand, there are a lot of people who don't have time to cook for themselves. Either they don't have time or they're lazy like me. I'm very lazy when it comes to cooking. So normally we just go and buy frozen food. All Thai food that you can name off, you can find it in the form of frozen food. Like tom yam goong, green curry, ข้าวมันไก่ everything at all. เนยเทียม margarine. Okay, I have never cooked using margarine before, so I'll give you some sentence. I eat bread with margarine. ฉันกินขนมปังกับเนยเทียม ฉันกินขนมปังกับเนยเทียม เนื้อสัตว์แปรรูป processed meat. I think it means sausage, like ham, those who are processed. ฉันใช้เนื้อสัตว์แปรรูปในการทำอาหาร I used processed meat to cook food. Bacon. That's why I have never been thin before. I mean, every food that I like is fattening. Anyway, bacon, I fry bacon. ฉันทอดเบคอน ทุเรียน durian. It is fruit, like Thai food. But besides the fact that it's fattening, it can literally kill you. If you eat it with alcohol, like beer, there's some chemical reaction going on inside your body and your body become heated up and you can die. I recommend you not to try eating durian with alcohol. It's very dangerous. นมข้นหวาน condensed milk. It's very fattening food, but it's very, very tasty. In Thailand, we eat it with different kinds of food, like drink, we pour it into Milo, coffee, Thai milk tea. We also eat it with bread and also snow cone. So it's very popular in Thailand, but if you eat it purely, it's very fattening. Just to warn you guys, but you should try.
Hi, welcome to Introduction to Thai. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined by...
Hi everyone, I'm Jay. In this series, you'll learn everything you need to know to get started learning Thai.
That's right, and we're here to help guide you through your journey. In this lesson, you'll learn the reasons why you should start learning a new language, why you should learn Thai specifically, and how to get started. There are countless reasons, but perhaps the biggest one of all is that it could actually change your life. Learning a new language unlocks new pathways that are off limits to you now. There are certain things that you simply cannot do without having the technical or cultural skills that come from learning a new language.
Like working or living in another country.
Knowing another language provides you with greater job opportunities. You have the freedom to move to another country halfway around the world and earn a living. Or better yet, build a career from it, instead of just being stuck in one place. Language allows you to visit or live in places that you may never have even considered going. Knowing another language simply gives you more options to choose from.
And learning a new language also helps you to be more open-minded and see the world from a new perspective.
Language and culture go hand in hand. The world is a big place, and by broadening your understanding of other cultures, it allows you to be more empathetic and understanding of the many different ways that people live their lives. With language, you're able to see and experience more, which helps you grow as a person.
Learning a new language also improves your memory.
Studies have consistently shown that those who study another language have improved memory as opposed to those who didn't. Learning another language also keeps your brain healthy by significantly delaying the onset of Alzheimer's and dementia. This difference can be as much as 4 to 5 more years of quality life.
And those are just some of the reasons you should learn another language. The list just goes on and on.
Now you know the benefits of studying another language, but why should you learn Thai in particular?
For traveling, of course. Thailand is a beautiful and exotic country with a lot to discover. From breathtaking mountains to gorgeous sandy beaches to isolated local villages.
Besides popular tourist destinations such as Bangkok, Phuket, and Pattaya, Thai language skills allow you greater freedom to explore remote areas and fully appreciate this rich, beautiful culture in a way the average tourist can't even imagine. Knowing the language lets you visit sites on your own and at your own pace, and without having to rely on a tour guide or interpreter.
And it helps you to bargain and get good prices.
In Thailand, you have to bargain for almost everything, from buying clothes at street markets or for transport services, such as motorcycles and tuk-tuk. Moreover, if you do speak Thai, the locals will know that you have spent a significant amount of time in Thailand and are experienced enough to not accept an unreasonable price offer.
Also, it helps you increase your chances of employment or investment.
Thailand enjoys a strategic location at the heart of Asia and is home to what is regarded today as the largest growing economic market. Thailand serves as a gateway to Southeast Asia and the greater Mekong sub-region, where newly emerging markets offer great potential for business. It is the best choice for those who seek to find jobs or new business opportunities.
So clearly, there are many reasons why you should learn Thai.
Okay then, we've talked about why you should start learning a language and why you should start learning Thai, but how should they get started, Jay?
Well, it's as simple as learning your first word in Thai and building up from there.
The good news is many English words have made their way into Thai.
Computer, office, motorcycle.
This means that you already know a lot of words in Thai.
Let's teach you something that you might not know, but is very useful. ขอบคุณ it means thank you in Thai.
That's a useful word. Can you explain a little bit about what these characters are, though?
Sure. This is actually the Thai writing system that uses alphabetical letters. It is pretty similar to how English's writing system works. So, we combine alphabets with vowels to make a word.
You'll learn the Thai writing system eventually, but for now, let's put up some romanization to help you get started.
This romanization will allow you to read Thai before you become familiar with Thai characters.
That certainly makes things easier. Well, okay then. Now listen and repeat after Jay.
ขอบคุณ
Now you try.
ขอบคุณ
Your turn again.
ขอบคุณ
Well done. Now you know how to say thank you in Thai. We've covered a lot of things already, so why don't we wrap up the first lesson and recap on what we've learned? In this lesson, you learned that studying another language has many benefits, such as providing new job and business opportunities. Knowing Thai can help you with traveling through the country and bargaining. And thank you in Thai is
ขอบคุณ
Hi. Welcome to Introduction to Thai. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined by...
Hi everyone, I'm Jay.
In this lesson, you'll learn the basics of Thai pronunciation.
Do you know that, like English, the Thai alphabet is divided into consonants and vowels?
In Thai, there are 21 consonant sounds and 18 basic vowel sounds. By using all of these sounds, you can form every single word in Thai.
Still seem complicated? Well, how about this? Of the 21 consonant sounds in Thai, you already know 18 of the original sounds.
That's right. If you're a native English speaker, then you already make these sounds every day.
You can also ignore 14 of the vowel sounds for the very same reason.
So the only thing standing between you and perfect Thai pronunciation is 3 new consonant sounds and 4 new vowel sounds. Let's hear Jay pronounce the unique sounds of Thai.
The new consonant sounds that you have to learn are r, j, and ch. And for the vowels, u, uh.
One big difference between Thai and English pronunciation is that all final consonants in Thai are unreleased. Take the previous example for love.
Rak.
Do you notice how air in the final K sound is not expelled? This is true for all final consonants in Thai words. If an English speaker were to attempt to say this, however, they would tend to say something like ruck. It's a natural habit to release the final consonant sound. Okay, let's listen again.
Rak. Rak.
How about this word, which means thinking in Thai?
It will sound like this. Kid. Kid.
So just keep in mind that the last consonant in a Thai word is always unreleased. Thai is a tonal language. That means 2 seemingly similar words, or ones that sound the same for Western learners, can have 2 completely different meanings, simply depending on their respective intonation.
For example, Glai and Glai. Glai means far and Glai means near.
The meanings are totally different, with a small change in the intonation. So just bear in mind that tone is just as important as spelling in Thai, as it can be used to distinguish the meaning of one word from another.
Thai is comprised of 5 tones in total: middle, low, falling, high, and rising tones.
You need to learn the Thai tones because a word in Thai can mean different things when a different tone is applied.
My, 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 my. Middle, my, mile. Low, my. New. Rising, my. Not or burning. High, my. Would or question word when asking. And falling, my. Silk.
So, as you can see, with different intonation, the meaning changes.
To complete our introduction to the pronunciation lesson, I'll point out that the overall syllable must be spoken with the correct tone.
There are no shortcuts to learning Thai tones. The only way is to practice speaking and listening to Thai regularly. Imitating words in different tones, like the one in this example, is a very useful way to practice. Well done! Let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned. In this lesson, you learned that Thai has 21 consonant sounds and 18 vowel sounds. Pronunciation of all final consonants in Thai is silent. And in Thai, tones are very important, as a similar word with a different tone can have a different meaning. Hi, welcome to Introduction to Thai. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined by...
Hi everyone, I'm Jay.
In this lesson, you'll learn the basics of Thai grammar. On a fundamental level, Thai grammar is extremely simple, especially in comparison with more complicated European languages like French or German.
For example, verbs do not inflect in Thai.
It means that when you form a sentence, you don't need to worry about tenses such as past, present, and future tense. Instead, tense is expressed by adding a separate time word.
There are also no plural forms of nouns and no conjugation of verbs.
Also, there are no articles and no noun genders in Thai, and fewer prepositions are used.
Any words that aren't essential to the core meaning of a sentence are usually optional and can be omitted.
Wow, doesn't that sound easy?
Yes, it's also very easy just to learn a couple of words and immediately start building some of your own phrases and sentences.
But being a simple language does not mean it is less challenging than other languages. Do you know that the basic Thai sentence is incredibly simple? It is structured with an SVO, subject verb object order, just like in English.
For example ฉันรักคุณ This has the same word order as in I love you.
Thai verbs don't change their form for tense. Instead, tenses are indicated mostly by context or with the use of words like
จะ will or going to แล้ว already.
So, if you want to talk about the future, you just add the word
จะ
in the sentence.
ฉันจะไปโรงเรียน I will go to school. คุณแม่จะทำอาหาร Mom is going to cook.
It's the same in other tenses, like present continuous tense. You just have to add a word to change the tense.
ฉันกำลังอ่านหนังสือ I am reading a book. เจนกำลังทำความสะอาดบ้าน Jane is cleaning her house.
And to indicate a sentence's past tense, just add a time indication, such as yesterday, last week, 1 month ago, etc. in the sentence.
เมื่อวานฉันอยู่บ้าน Yesterday I was at home. เดือนที่แล้วฉันไปพัทยา Last month I went to Pattaya.
Lastly, the present perfect tense. Just add the word
แล้ว
or already.
ฉันทำการบ้านแล้ว I've already done my homework. ฉันกินข้าวแล้ว I've already eaten.
So now you know how to form a basic sentence in Thai in different tenses. Just remember that the basic structure will always stay the same. However, tense can be expressed by adding certain words. Questions and negations are represented by adding meaningful particles to a sentence without destroying its basic structure. In Thai, a negative sentence is made by using negative words, such as
ไม่ ไม่ใช่ ไม่ได้
The most common negative word is
ไม่
and it's used by simply placing the word
ไม่
in front of the verb.
For example, I'll go in Thai is ฉันไป The negative sentence is ฉันไม่ไป or I won't go.
Do you have other examples?
Yes, I do. How about this sentence? My friend has a book. That's เพื่อนมีหนังสือ As a negative sentence, it's เพื่อนไม่มีหนังสือ My friend doesn't have a book. Another example will be ฉันจะมาที่นี่อีก I will come here again. And the negative sentence of this will be ฉันจะไม่มาที่นี่อีก I won't come here again.
There are two ways of forming a question. First, questions can be made by adding the word
ไหม
at the end of a sentence.
For example คุณหิวข้าวไหม คุณรักฉันไหม คุณเคยมาที่นี่ไหม
Or add one of the question words at the end of a sentence. Common Thai question words are
Who, what, where, when, why, how.
For example, what is this?
อันนี้คืออะไร
Who are you?
คุณคือใคร
Where is it?
ที่นี่คือที่ไหน
Note that the question mark isn't used in Thai. When answering a question, Thai people typically don't use yes or no as in English. Instead, they repeat the main verb, either by itself or with
ไม่
before it.
For example, to answer the question, Are you hungry? คุณหิวข้าวไหม We will say หิว hungry or ไม่หิว not hungry instead of saying yes or no.
How about if I want to ask, do you want to catch a movie with me?
The question will be คุณอยากไปดูหนังกับฉันไหม If you do, you will say อยาก or want. But if you don't, then say ไม่อยาก or don't want.
Well done! Let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned. In this lesson, you learned that Thai sentences are formed using a subject, verb, object, or SVO word order, just like in English. Secondly, you learned how to form negative sentences by adding one word before the verb. Lastly, you learned that asking questions in Thai is easy because you only have to add the question word at the end of the sentence.
Top 10 phrases you never want to hear. Let's go. ก็บอกแล้ว I told you so ก็บอกแล้วใช่ปะ So it means I told you so, right? Quite scary. I know it's not polite. So when you use it, make sure that the person is very, very close to you and they are willing to forgive you if you say that, okay? ขอบคุณที่สนใจสมัครงานกับเราแต่ตำแหน่งงานเต็มแล้ว Thank you for your resume. However, the position has been filled. Things that you expect to hear when you submit a CV or resume, right? I mean, that's disappointing. ขอโทษฉันลืม Sorry, I forgot. You can use it when you forgot something or you forgot to do something. Like if a person like your mother asked you to clean a house and you forgot to do it. So you can say this to her like ขอโทษฉันลืม or ขอโทษผมลืม for guys คุณถูกไล่ออก you are fired คุณถูกไล่ออก Luckily I have not had this experience luckily so behave well don't do something bad คุณมีผมขาว you have a gray hair it's not a good phrase that you want to hear คุณมีผมขาว ช่วงนี้อ้วนขึ้นหรือเปล่า Have you gained weight recently ช่วงนี้อ้วนขึ้นหรือเปล่า Local Thais, I mean, if you're foreigners, maybe you won't be experiencing this. But for Thai, when they meet each other, like, let's say, like, after a while, they meet each other again, like, they will comment about each other's appearance, like, have you gained weight? Are you getting fatter? Or are you getting, like, slimmer? Like, I don't know why too, it's just the way that we, say things to each other without any bad intention. วันนี้ไม่มีตังค์ I don't have your money today. วันนี้ไม่มีตังค์ I don't encourage you to say this sentence because like if you borrow someone money, you need to pay them back, right? I mean, yeah, you shouldn't say it at all. You should, borrow someone, just return it as soon as possible. เธอดีเกินไป It's not you, it is me. เธอดีเกินไป You need to find excuse. So this is one perfect excuse to say. So when you hear that, you know that the person doesn't want to be with you already. Sorry if you hear that before, but yeah, at least they don't want to hurt your feelings, so they choose this phrase. That's a good part though. เราน่าจะลองไปเจอใครใหม่ๆดูบ้าง We should see other people. เราน่าจะลองไปเจอใครใหม่ๆดูบ้างNot the good feeling at all ขอยืมเงินหน่อย or ขอยืมตังค์หน่อย Can I borrow your money ขอยืมตังค์หน่อย ขอยืมตังค์หน่อย or ขอยืมเงินหน่อย If they are like good friends of yours then it's fine but sometimes people just want to borrow your money but you don't want to 10 Thai foods let's beginขนมหม้อแกง mung bean Thai custard. The first word today is ขนมหม้อแกง mung bean Thai custard. ขนมหม้อแกงเป็นที่นิยมมากในจังหวัดเพชรบุรี Mung bean Thai custard is very popular in Phetchaburi province. This dessert is usually found at the beach. ต้มยำกุ้ง 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 or in English,Of course, it is pronounced the same. Tom yam gung. I think everyone know this word. Tom yam gung มีรสเผ็ด Tom yam gung is very spicy. น้ำปลา fish sauce. น้ำปลา fish sauce. It is food, but it is more like ingredient that we use to cook Thai food.เวลาฉันกินก๋วยเตี๋ยวฉันชอบหยอดน้ำปลา When I eat noodle I love to add fish sauce น้ำพริก chili paste น้ำพริก chili paste น้ำพริก is spicy that's why we eat it with vegetables ฉันชอบกินน้ำพริกกับผัก I love to eat chili sauce with vegetables ผัดไทยผัดไทย ผัดไทย or ผัดไทยถ้าจะกินผัดไทยต้องไปกินที่ประตูผี If you want to eat pad thai you have to go to ประตูผี in Bangkok If you have a chance to go to Thailand you have to try pad thai because it is very good ส้มตำส้มตำส้มตำ or in English also ส้มตำ I have heard other people calling this dish spicy salad This dish is different from typical salad because it is used raw papaya as the main ingredients and it is spicy and sour. Normally we eat this with sticky rice. ฉันชอบกินส้มตำกับข้าวเหนียว I love to eat ส้มตำ with sticky rice. แกงจืด clear soup แกงจืด clear soupคุณแม่ของฉันชอบทำแกงจืดให้ฉันทาน My mom loves to cook clear soup for me. I have been eating this dish since I was very young because it is very good for your health. แกงเขียวหวาน Thai green curry แกงเขียวหวาน Thai green curry คนต่างชาติชอบกินแกงเขียวหวาน Foreigners love to eat Thai green curry โรตีสายไหมโรตีสายไหมโรตีสายไหม or in English โรตีสายไหม as well ตอนที่ฉันเป็นเด็กฉันชอบกินโรตีสายไหม When I was a kid I loved to eat โรตีสายไหมสายไหม is actually cotton candy. If you're lucky to find someone that sell this roti สายไหม on the street, you should try. ขนมลูกชุบ delectable imitation fruits. ลูกชุบ delectable imitation fruit. But it is not fruits. เด็กๆชอบกินขนมลูกชุบ Children love to eat ลูกชุบ It is actually Thai dessert.in shape of fruit. It is very good and sweet. That's why kids in Thailand love it so much. I love it too.
Hi everyone. Do you know how to say I love you in Thai? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with how to express your feelings to your loved one.
ฉันรักคุณ ฉันรักคุณ ฉันรักคุณ
Or if you want to explain those butterflies in your stomach, you can say
ฉันหลงรักเธออยู่ ฉันหลงรักเธออยู่ ฉันหลงรักเธออยู่
And when you feel that I love you is not enough, you can say
รักที่ฉันมีให้เธอไม่สามารถอธิบายได้ด้วยคำพูด รักที่ฉันมีให้เธอไม่สามารถอธิบายได้ด้วยคำพูด รักที่ฉันมีให้เธอไม่สามารถอธิบายได้ด้วยคำพูด
Must know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Okay, let's begin. ฉันเห็นด้วยกับคุณอย่างยิ่ง I couldn't agree with you more. ฉันเห็นด้วยกับคุณอย่างยิ่ง I couldn't agree with you more. Actually, the word อย่างยิ่ง means very. We use it when we write, but when we say it, it's a bit too formal. So you can, to make it more natural, you can say ฉันเห็นด้วยกับคุณมากๆ That would also means the same thing. แน่นอน of course. แน่นอน of course. Well, แน่นอน sure, of course would do. If you really agree with someone, then you use this word. ฉันกำลังจะพูดเลย I was just going to say that. ฉันกำลังจะพูดเลย I was just going to say that. พรุ่งนี้หยุด เราไปเที่ยวกันไหม Tomorrow is a holiday. Should we go somewhere? ฉันกำลังจะพูดเลย I was just going to say that. ใช่ คุณพูดถูก Yes, you're right ใช่ คุณพูดถูก yes you're right ฉันว่าปลอกมือถือสีดำเนี่ยสวยกว่าสีขาวนะ I think a black phone case is nicer than the white one ใช่ คุณพูดถูก yes you're right คุณผิดแล้ว you're wrong คุณผิดแล้ว you're wrong ฉันว่าปลอกมือถือสีดำสวยกว่าสีขาวนะ I think the black phone case is nicer than the white one do you think so คุณผิดแล้ว ฉันว่าสีขาวสวยกว่านะ you're wrong I think the white one is nicer ฉันไม่คิดอย่างนั้นนะ I don't think so ฉันไม่คิดอย่างนั้นนะ I don't think so ฉันคิดว่าเราควรจะลงทุนในที่ดินมากกว่าไปลงทุนในสต็อกนะ I think we should invest in real estate rather than stocks ไม่อ่ะ ฉันไม่คิดอย่างนั้น No I don't think so อาจจะ maybe อาจจะ maybe พรุ่งนี้ไปเที่ยวด้วยกันไหม Do you wanna hang out tomorrow อาจจะนะ maybe you know what like this if a girl said maybe probably is a no ฉันไม่เห็นด้วย I don't agree no ฉันไม่เห็นด้วย I don't agree no นี่เธอเห็นด้วยไหมว่าเราควรจะไปญี่ปุ่นตอนวันสงกรานต์กันนะ Hey do you agree that we should go to Japan during สงกรานต์ฉันไม่เห็นด้วยนะ ฉันอยากอยู่บ้าน I don't agree no I want to stay home ฉันเห็นด้วย I agree ฉันเห็นด้วย I agree you know what like in Thai normally we can just omit the subject so if you agree you don't need to say the full sentence as in ฉันเห็นด้วย you just say เห็นด้วย or ไม่เห็นด้วย when you agree or don't agree and that is enough จริงด้วย that's true จริงด้วย that's true ปีนี้เราต้องเก็บเงินสร้างบ้านนะเลยไม่อยากไปญี่ปุ่น This year we have to save up for our house so that's why I don't want to go to Japan จริงด้วย that's true